welcome back to the channel. So today's recipe is geera pork, a nice little snack specifically from Trinidad. You can have it by itself or with hopped bread. The ingredients we've got here are some pork fillet, or you can use pork shoulder because that has more fat in it. Then we've got some garlic, we've got some green seasoning. If you want to know how to make that, I have a recipe above. Then we have some fresh spring onion, some thyme, scotch bonnet or pimento, some lime, and the main ingredient, ground geera. That's all we need for this dish. To start with, we just want to dice the pork. I cut them into good sized chunks because when they cook they will break down a little. I'm going to just put them in a bowl to wash with some water and some fresh lime juice. Give it a bit of a massage, then drain it to get rid of the excess water, and then we're going to season the pork. So we're going to start with our green seasoning. If you'd like to see how to make this, there's a link above. Then we're going to add our ground geera. Geera is the main ingredient in this, hence why there's a lot there. Then we're going to add some sea salt and some fresh ground black pepper. So once all of the seasonings are in the bowl, we want to give it a mix and then set it aside to marinate. You could do this the night before, if not, the earlier the better. So give it at least an hour before you do start to cook, because the marinating process always helps flavor retention when we're cooking meat. Now for our fresh seasoning. So we've got some scotch bonnet or pimento. Just want to give that a fine chop, then add that to the bowl. Got some fresh thyme here. These are nice soft leaves, so I'm just going to pick them off of the stems and drop them in. Got some spring onion, which I'm going to finely chop. Going to add those, and then we're going to mix all of this and leave it to marinate. So whilst the meat is marinating, we're going to prepare the other ingredients to get ready to cook. So I've got some brown onion that I'm going to dice. Then we have some garlic, which I just want to crush and make into a bit of a paste. If you don't have a pestle and mortar, you could just use a garlic crusher or finely chop it. So now, to cook the geera pork, I've got some oil in my pan. We're going to add our crushed garlic. Then we're going to add our finely chopped onions and just saute these a little until they're nice and soft. I think the best way to tell when they are cooked is that they start to go a little transparent and kind of shiny and see-through. Next, we want to add our marinated pork straight into the pan. You can see as soon as we've added it on top of those onions and garlic, all the smells in here are just absolutely amazing. So just brown those all over. Just keep turning them, let them get coated in the onions and garlic. Let those spices kind of toast off before we add our water. So I've just added some water into the bowl that we marinated the meat in to get all of the remaining flavors from the bowl. And then you just want to add that to the pork in the pan. Then you just want to add that to the pan. Let that start to simmer, put the lid on and leave it to cook for about 40 minutes or until the liquid has evaporated. And that is basically the geera pork done. Once the meat is tender and it's falling apart itself, that is it. It's really that simple. So this is ready to serve. Like I said, you can have it by itself or with some bread. I'm just going to sprinkle some fresh spring onions on top because I love spring onion, and a little bit of pepper sauce on the side because I love heat. And that is basically it. Once again, guys, thanks for tuning in. I really hope you enjoyed this recipe. I loved it. Until the next time, peace and love.